When it comes to collecting weather data, you may think you need to be a professional in the field of atmospheric science. That's not necessarily the case.
Fox 11's meteorologist Christian Palacio explains how you can become a volunteer weather observer.
The Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network, or COCORAS, is a nationwide program that brings an opportunity for individuals to submit weather information from their own backyard to the National Weather Service.
Forecast models have gotten a lot more accurate over the past decades because of better data. And the more data we have, the better the forecasts are going to be.
Kevin Erb is one of the main coordinators of the COCORAS program for Wisconsin here at UWGB. He says the more people report weather information, the more accurate forecast models may be.
One of the challenges we have in Wisconsin in general is we don't have good information on drought conditions. And so last year was actually the first time that we had an extreme drought designated here in Wisconsin. And the National Weather Service says it's because of COCORAS and other observers that reported soil conditions.
There are a significant number of observers in metropolitan areas such as Appleton and Greenbay, however less so in more rural areas. Erb says they welcome people everywhere to sign up, and now is an especially good time to do it.
There's a nationwide competition every March to see which state can actually recruit the most new active observers. Unfortunately, Minnesota has beaten us every single year. We picked up about 128 last year. Minnesota picked up well over 600. But the observers here in Wisconsin tend to follow through.
The precipitation absurdity is a fun way to bring attention for citizens to contribute to climatological science. In Green Bay, meteorologist Christian Palacio, Fox 11 News.
We've included a link to sign up for the program within Christian's story on our website. Use the camera on your smartphone to scan the QR code that you see on your screen. That will take you directly to the weather story section of our website where you can find Christian's story.
Kevin, if you could explain to me what COCORAS is and what is it for?
Yep. So COCORAS stands for the Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network. And it's really an opportunity for individuals to take the information from their backyard, how much rain they got, how much snow we got, what the soil conditions are, provide that back to the National Weather Service to really improve forecast models and make weather forecasts more accurate for everyone.
Okay, and so why is it significant that we enhance the precision of how much accumulation of rain or snow is in order to forecast properly?
So forecast models have gotten a lot more accurate over the past decades. It used to be a forecast was good for about 10 square miles. Now the forecasts we have are good for about 1.25 miles by 1.25 miles square grid. And the accuracy has improved because of better data. And the more data we have, the better the forecasts are going to be. And so we can have a forecast that may say you're going to get 1/4 inch of rain, but if we don't know how much actually fell in an area, there's no way to improve that. But the more rain gauges, the more people we have reporting information, the more accuracy we're going to see in the forecasts.
Could you actually go ahead and let me know about why is March sort of a special month competition-wise? Is it something that goes on in each state, correct?
Yep. So there's a nationwide competition every March to see which state can actually recruit the most new active observers. And so we've been participating for a number of years. Unfortunately, Minnesota has beaten us every single year. Nice little cross-border battle here. But last year we picked up 128 new observers here in the state. Minnesota picked up about twice as many. But one of the nice things, actually 4 times as many, we picked up about 128 last year. Minnesota picked up well over 600. But the observers here in Wisconsin tend to follow through, tend to be more active, and that's really important. We don't want people just to sign up so that we can tick one more against Minnesota, but we want people that want to be able to take 2 minutes a day and really contribute information from their backyard to make the weather forecast more accurate.
And, you know, I spoke with Chris Clark a few weeks ago about dryness in the crops.
Yep.
And so I understand she did let me know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is a good chunk of Northeast Wisconsin missing some good data for farmers to use?
One of the challenges we have in Wisconsin in general is we don't have good information on drought conditions. And so last year was actually the first time that we had an extreme drought designated here in Wisconsin. And the National Weather Service says it's because of COCORAS and other observers that reported soil conditions, reported moisture, that Wisconsin was designated in that extreme drought category, which led to additional federal resources being available for not only farmers, but municipalities and communities and others as well. So When we look at Northeast Wisconsin, we have a significant number of observers in the metropolitan areas, Appleton, Green Bay, compared to the rural areas, but we really want more people everywhere. The more data points we have, the better. What's interesting is we get into these spring thunderstorms, and in one spot you may get an inch, and a half-mile away you may only get a few drops, and having that documented is really important. If we can have gauges, even if they're a block apart, that data is really valuable.
Excellent. And then could you also just kind of briefly explain to me how if you do stay consistent, a minimum 100 observations, you become permanent, correct?
Right. So one of the benefits of participating in this program is that once you have more than 100 days entered, 100 data points, your station is eligible to become part of the permanent climate record and is available to researchers at universities and businesses not only here in the U.S. but around the world. And so it's an opportunity to put your backyard on the map, so to speak, and to contribute your information to the future of science and weather forecasting.
Excellent. Is there any way, are we on track at all to maybe become #1 this time around for Wisconsin?
Honestly, no.
No? Okay.
The competition between the states is a fun way to really bring attention to what we're trying to do, which is to get more people involved in citizen science. And while last year we had 128, we really haven't set a number goal this year because we've decided that having more people spread out over more areas, having one person in every zip code reporting really is our goal, more than reaching 800 or 1,000 new observers, because we want people to take the time to put up one of the official rain gauges, or if they don't want to invest the $38 in the official gauge, to tell us how much snow actually fell. Get a ruler, put a whiteboard out if we do get snow yet this year, and actually report how much snow we get. To report those drought and monitor conditions as well. If you don't want to do the rain, you can do the snow. If you don't want to do the snow, you can look at the other conditions as well.
Perfect.
And I think what's really important is that different areas of the state have different priorities. So the data that we have on how much snow is out there is really vital to the snowmobile clubs that are grooming the trails, because with that information they can make decisions better about when to open and when to close those trails across the county or across a region.
Gotcha. Perfect. All right. Thank you, Kevin.